We also have another one. We
We
have
do.
another match to cast.
Got Martini and Wrestler, who I've heard some things about. This Wrestler guy.
Yeah.
All right.
We can get the picks and bans up. I would say just with how hot Martini has been recently, Martini should be considered the favorite, if only a soft favorite, going into this match. Martini's just been a bit of a monster, uh, and like taking upsets on people who definitely have more experience at least.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean both these players are in the final for a reason. I believe the division was quite competitive. And I think we might be in for the long haul here, Kaylee, because I think these players could bring it, if not to like the last game, perhaps even overtime.
So these are some very interesting picks, and there's not a lot of consistency, even I would say, to what's going on with these picks and bans. So Wrestler bans Modern and restricts Pub. Interesting choices. Not two maps that are generally on the same side of the spectrum, I would say.
Hmm.
And then picks Aquarium, Gallery, Redwoods. We really like 4 of 8 maps where the spy has a lot of cover. Um, Now Martini bans Tayen and doesn't ban anything else. Doesn't ban Redwoods, for instance, which is something you might ban if you want to
So
ban Tayen.
I'll explain the logic that's been happening in the community recently. People have been declining their restricts, and both for that particular game, it just kind of tells your opponent what they should double
Mm.
or what they should pick. But it's also just important in the long run. I wouldn't say that the long run's important. This is a championship match. This is why you would
You
hide your
want
pick.
to hide your information? Yeah, that makes sense to
Um,
me.
but players have been just refusing to restrict, and I think it is sensible. Maybe not best, but I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh, God, the martini picks just look so old school. I know Terrace.
That well, one of these things is not like the other, though, right? Like Courtyard, sure, library. This could be a me draft, other than Terrace, right? Like and
Yeah.
like a
Well, not even
Bantayan.
even
Yeah,
Terrace. I mean, it's just double modern. Like we've had this map
yeah.
forever.
Terrace is not. Terrace is pretty old school. I would, me. I would have picked Veranda instead of Terrace, but like Terrace is an interesting map. Terrace is not quite the hardtail Fiesta that Courtyard and Library is. So I'd be interested to see how Martini does on it when if we get there. All right,
Okay,
I'm ready to go.
and
Starting
this
on Aquarium, I think, with a shark and some people and some couches and a lot of alcohol.
yeah, that's a lot of alcohol. Let's get it started. We're starting with martini in three, two, one, playing it.
Yeah, to quickly give context to my double on Aquarium, Aquarium is my second most banned map apart from Balcony. So I don't play this map often.
Yeah, it's a rough map if you don't know how to deal with the shark. It's all about
Yeah,
that shark.
I really liked Aquarium for like the one season that it was still in SCL that I was in, because I was like navigating the idea of shark walks when they were very very new,
Yeah.
and then I just figured out that no, I'm just not very good at dealing with this sort of like no sniper moving, but a lot of just having to infer gameplay that comes with Aquarium. I think Aquarium more than any map recently though has been the better player has been winning more uh in most sets. So that wrestlers picking it here is a bit of a statement.
So I am well known for disliking the occlusion maps, those being Tayen, Aquarium, Redwoods.
Hmm.
Um, However, I do not dislike Aquarium for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I
I don't know
yeah,
why, but
when I
the shark just feels more fair. Like you have to have skill to take advantage of the shark, and you also well, I mean, not that it doesn't take skill to take advantage of the
Banana bread.
cover in
banana
Redwoods
bread
or
behind
Tan.
shark, by the way,
Yeah, good play,
it
but it's
didn't
a
work out because of we hit a white test, so we weren't able to leave towards the bar where we were trying to go.
but you
But
give yourself the chance. It
yeah.
makes sense. But like it just takes more technical skill, I feel like, to take advantage of the shark. And also I feel like it's more fair because the shark is cover, but at the same time it's a spotlight, right? Like the sniper should be suspicious of whatever's going on behind here. So I feel like it's just somehow a lot easier to deal with as the sniper.
I mean, if
We're
I'm
gonna be a
saying
little
it's
bit
skill
late for
testing and
this.
you're saying, yeah, I
Oh,
like it,
yeah.
Kayla, you have as much success as anybody. That's a bug walking towards the laser. I think
I think we thought we had better shark cover than we had.
we did
Yeah.
not.
No, we did not. Yeah.
Um,
And that's actually a great illustration of what I'm saying. Like the sniper is really paying attention to what's being included there, and that's why you get shot.
okay, let's move on. I mean, not much to say. We talked throughout the whole game, not about the game.
Yep.
Wrestler Duke, I think is the most underrated spy, and I'll talk about why in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Wrestler's the most underrated spy, or Duke is the most
Nah,
underrated
Duke.
spy?
Duke is
Oh, okay.
Duke's fantastic, man.
Duke's pretty good.
Duke's pretty good, but the
Yeah.
win rate that Duke has for compared to the pick rate is obscene. I don't know if it's because good players are picking Duke, and bad players just aren't, or if there's like something that is really good about Duke. The answer is going to be generally the behind, like the standing bugs,
Yeah.
with his arm already being kind of held behind his back, are as powerful as anybody's.
I think when New Art was new, the most underrated spy, and I didn't tell anyone this for a while because hot tech, was Pearls. Like people were drastically underrating Pearls.
Hmm.
But she has really good bugs, and she has the strength of slowness. And people didn't appreciate at first in New Art how strong a slow walking character could be. Like people didn't just like, well, isn't faster better because you can move around? It's like, no, think of like the bugs, right? Like think of the moving bugs and like how your margin for bug error just drastically increases if you have a slow character.
And the thing
Which
is,
was not
because
designed intended from Chris, interestingly. He has confirmed. Like he didn't even think about that, but it just emerged and he's like, oh, that's cool.
yeah, and then Sorry happened, and Sorry taught everybody, because Sorry is very good at basically everything except for going fast. That being slow is good, but now Pearls is second fiddle
Yeah.
to Orange Sorry, so people still underestimate her. 44% here is our first mission completion, by the way. We did have the time ad. It's not the first time we've right clicked. Sorry, I got hiccups now. But we have 3 minutes on the clock. I think the blessing here, bug potentially. It'd
If you
have
knew
to
your
be right
sharks,
at that
but it's
moment.
gonna be personal space problems. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to bug here.
I'm always interested by these players who aren't just constantly checking the shark. I can't tell if they're just not respecting how powerful the shark is, or if they just have an innate understanding of where the shark is based on the timer. But in that sort of spot, when the ambassador is coming near us, I would love to know if the shark happens to be behind me or not. And
We're
Wrestler looked
definitely top
after the
shark into
fact.
the top shark at in that situation. Yeah, it was not the shark you were gonna need in any event.
It was very much top shark.
Mhm.
We're back to the bar. Last time we were here, we were just kind of using it as a pit stop to go to the window. Are we trying to purloin to somebody?
We're gonna delegate. Yeah, look at that, and get a fingerprint probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
okay.
not quite, but good effort.
Especially with the time ad in pocket, if we know who should be suspicious, this in congruence with a contact could just be a shot. Especially with the time ad and just the idea of like a middle shark or a shark blocking something. We could also just rush through missions and then finish our fourth mission behind the shark. Wrestler still has options despite not having any missions completed. 95% in pocket.
Where are we going? Statues. Cool. Pilot
Yeah,
flight.
statues plural, but there's not three of them. There's only two of them.
Yep, that is the problem with statues on Aquarium.
This
Not a
will
lot of
set up.
progress here with the time ticking down.
This will set up for inspect swaps. We don't have a terrible character for if we're gonna do it in the back statues.
Blam! That
Or
isn't it. So that's the correct shot, but it's also an extremely speculative shot. What are we shooting for?
pathing. So
Ugh, is that a
well,
pathing thing? Too close to couch path?
Martini is one of the premier pathing snipers.
Walk us
Like,
through it, Pawn Noob.
oh, I don't know the exact path here. I think this path that he took would be a lot tighter to the couch. Um, but
Oh.
I generally, if you have to understand why Martini's taking a random shot, there's only two choices here. It's like a blink on the statue, like just dropping it down slightly too quickly, or pathing, and because Martini is such
Oh, I don't
a
think you can get tighter to the couch than that, can you?
yeah, it's
Huh.
a I think maybe cutting into it to be honest, like the arm going through it.
Yeah, if anything, I think it's too tight to the couch. Maybe I am
But
by no means a pathing expert, though.
yeah, this is the sort of thing that Martini is renowned for. Is like Martini, I think, has a general understanding of like who's completing missions and stuff, but it is not their priority.
Okay.
And Wrestler, did you guys talk about the games after or
Yes, we
during
did.
gameplay?
Yes, we did.
Did he give you the reason?
I knew it when it happened. It was the forbidden couch touch. So
Ah, you touched the couch. Yeah.
Yep.
Martini, red dress. Here in 3, 2, 1, planet.
Chase that ST.
We're going all the way to books. Gotta beat the ambassador there. Ambassador sees the ST there and doesn't want it. We
Book
do
steal.
want it.
Flirt and book steal. Let's go. Shark time. Make it happen. We're doing this.
Yeah, it's too late. The shark's
No.
gonna
No.
well too late. We do have the book though, and we can definitely make progress with that. Aquarium's been an incredibly friendly map for microfilm, both versions of it. We've seen a lot of players doing microfilms in the middle of nowhere, as long as the shark is still blocking. That would have been the boldest of bugs, but I've seen that
Yeah.
bug work way too many times.
Yeah. You'd be amazed how like the worst possible bug can be, or how strong the worst possible bug can be. Because the sniper's just like, oh, there's no way they'd bug. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna look.
We're back with our seduction target, and it's 55% flirt, book in hand, and if the ambassador chills with us, that would be fantastic. They do not. I got excited there. It's always interesting to see, especially with someone like Martini who really does know the way the AI's path. If people get excited about somebody coming into the conversation, if they can predict where the seduction target is going to go based on just the path.
Yeah. I wouldn't have hated a timer flirt there, but I also don't hate banana bread.
This banana bread does have 2 conversations, but the 2 conversations that are full are very full.
Quite a reasonable banana bread, I would say.
This is like, yeah. So the shark was kind of blocking it. It would kind of feel like we were more in the contact
Banana bread.
conversation. I
Oh,
do really like this fake. This is a
yeah.
known fake.
We do like that. I do like that fake, given that small man walked away. I think that's solid. But unfortunately, Wrestler doesn't care. No points. And may God have
Oh, by
mercy
the
on
way,
your soul.
Smallman DA. Just giving him the.
Oh, you got to see that. Yep. Yep. Oh, no. So Wrestler was doing a great job staring down this problematic shark bug. And just the one moment he releases his control over it, it happens.
I think he might have been more afraid of like seek bugging, for example, than
Yeah.
necessarily Martini, and that might be his demise here. This is the correct bookcase for this to be returned, and there's not going to be any good opportunity for a Slappy the book microfilm. So we still only have a mission and a half done. This will
I
help
think I
if
would
we
have
can
liked
get.
to see just go put it in the blue bookcase after holding it for that long.
We've done the hard mission, right? Like we've gotten the bug out of the way. Um, we can do things like inspect and contact and like not have to really stress ourselves. The issue is it would be with a minute left. Purloin, I think, is the other good mission. We still have enough time that we don't necessarily need to do something as um, questionable as just the mission microfilm.
I think I like what I would have liked to see is do the microfilm, drop it off. You've been holding that book forever, and then do the good old fashioned
Oh,
9 seconds left banana bread. Right? Yeah, that was a delegate. Are we going to delegate? Yeah, there we go.
I think we got the
Banana
highlight for
bread.
stepping on toes though, and we also
Yeah,
are doing the banana bread after sending the delegate. So Seek is going to be low lit. If they notice the purloin, and that is
hardcore.
a bit of a question, it will be a known
Yeah, if
send.
wrestlers guarding
And
bar at
Martini
all.
is kind of preparing to get behind the
Yeah,
shark. We're trying to get behind
yeah,
the shark,
yeah.
and
Very nice. I'm not even sure that had anything to do with, oh, she sent sick. I think that was just like, oh, this is very clearly the spy.
yeah. with 6 seconds, there was going to be overtime. There was always going to be an open shot because the shark is going to move off screen for a little bit. I think this was a bit optimistic on the shark walk, but I think
Concur.
players just feel obligated to do it. Sometimes it was never going to work. They
Eh,
were just way too
I think you
slow.
just stand your ground and dare wrestler to see the microfilm and take the overtime shot. I think was the best play there. Other than my genius plan of put the microfilm back and then do a BB with 9 seconds left, so that the sniper thinks it's a panic BB.
Wrestler, drink in hand, uh, in a land of alcohol and martinis. Let's get it started in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. Full AI control here for good 5, 6, 7 seconds. And then we're gonna go and hang out with the DA for a bit
Yeah,
because
not a
seduction
lot to do
target's
there,
been
unfortunately. Yeah, ST is taken. Not a great time to do banana bread. One of those situations where it's kind of hard to get early mission progress.
a lot of characters doing things, be it these early bookcases, early statues. Cowboy was inside the ambassador, while Wrestler was doing nothing. This is gonna pull off. Oh,
Yeah, justified in the sketchy play. I love it.
what perfect timing! Just
What do you
framed
mean you're an
everything.
etiquette sniper, Martini?
Okay. Wrestler
Saucy.
51%. No, I mean it's because he left at the last moment is why I'm
Yeah,
celebrating.
yeah,
Now,
I
now
loved it. I
seduction
loved it.
target is over it.
Oh,
Just
brutal.
ran
God,
away.
mom is just being the worst today.
Yeah, maybe don't seduce moms. Like it's the one
Yeah,
character that we know is
exactly.
probably taken because of her nickname.
Yeah.
I
Well,
do
now we're
love the
stuck
idea
doing
that
nothing.
everybody in this party is single. We've
I'm
had
I'm
weird
I'm I'm
conversations
down with it.
before
I'm
where
head cannoning it. Yeah.
uh
Except
the
for Damien.
idea of two twins being seduction target. I've always assumed like the stepbrothers thing, where I'm like it's these two guys are just really excited to go home and play Mario Kart.
Yeah, that
But
makes sense to me.
the idea that the queen is and rest in peace, queen, is at a incredibly fancy bar. Kayla, you're a
Yeah,
bartender in your previous life. What's the
I am.
fanciest bar that you've been to? Any like
Oh
ice
man.
bars or anything?
Well, yeah, I've been to a few ice bars. Vegas. It used to be a huge trend in Vegas, right? Like there were like 5 ice bars in Vegas alone. But probably the fanciest bar I've ever been to is actually in Japan,
Ooh.
where part of my family hails from. And I don't know how to describe this bar and why it's so fancy because they only had like 4 things that they would serve.
Oh no,
Banana
the
bread
less
comes
things
off.
that a place serves, the fancier it is.
Yeah, yeah. That was my take. I don't know how to describe it other than like if you've seen Jiro Dreams of Sushi, like that, except for it was a bar. Like that's how I would try to describe this place.
To
Like
update
they
our
only
radio,
did the 4 things, but by God, they did them really well. Was the idea. I'm a non-drinker, so I couldn't tell you, but it was a fancy ambiance for sure.
the idea that you don't drink, but it was bartenders, funny to me. By the way, 3 missions have been completed. We got the green on the seduction
Hmm.
target, the contact, and then not like directly after we did send the purloin. We are
Wrestler
now setting
thinks we're
up
gonna do inspects here,
for
probably.
inspects because I think this is not the right timing to swap.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
When I said not the right timing, I mean the clank is optimistic. We're trying to get
Ah!
into the lower shark, but lower shark is really hard to get cover on. It's not the same as the mid shark.
Oh God, yeah. You like I just doing specs. Like shark. I mean, shark walk is great, right? Like if you want a shark walk, do a shark walk, but like
Well,
don't clank a
the thing is
statue.
he's also holding the wrong statue, right? Like you can be
Yeah,
if this is your intent, go grab the statue that's slightly closer to the shark.
I have always been of the opinion that shark walk should be an adjunct and not the main plan, right? Like you should ideally be winning the game anyway. It should not be I'm going to win the game with a shark walk, or such is my philosophy anyway. There, I think even if wrestler does just like I'm just going to inspect, I'm just going to walk from one statue, walk directly to the other statue, and dare him to shoot me. Like I think that works just fine. Uh, um, or
Okay,
fingerprint or whatever you want to do. Shark
we're
walk there is a little adventurous.
we're bringing back pearls on court. We're bringing back courtyard. In 3, 2, 1, planet. Courtyard's not been a particularly popular competitive venue. Just at least the 4 of 7 version. We do have a 3 of 7 version that goes hard. And to see it doubled twice back-to-back sets is interesting.
I
It's kind
like
of a
to see.
it's a statement, right? Like you're really declaring that you're better at a map that everybody feels generally comfortable on. It didn't used to be a statement because Courtyard was just a very popular map. But
If I were still in SCL and still in any reasonable competitive shape, I would continue to pick Courtyard all the time. Love Courtyard.
it'd just be library, veranda, courtyard,
Oh,
ban one,
still
deal with it.
every time. Ban
Yeah.
Taen, ban whatever stupid version of pub is in there right now that I forgot, even though I set the mission list. Um, like not stupid, I said it, but I personally, as a sniper, hate it as everyone knows well. Like, and then just like, yeah, play my balcony set because everyone's gonna pick balcony. Actually, people stopped picking balcony into me very much.
You hit too many
Yeah,
green tests.
yeah,
I think was the lesson there. You're
yeah.
decent at sniping it, and
Yeah, I've done too much mind party. You can no longer defeat me on balcony. I've become a god. All right, so we get a drink here, which I think is good. We've got really good seduction progress. I think we're doing well here.
I think this drink is our. If we're gonna gulp it immediately, but the idea of the drink is we did take a early inspect, and so it does legitimize just the idea that we could be an AI,
No,
and
this isn't gonna work.
without losing any time.
Yeah. Saw that one coming. The downside of pearls right there. That's okay. Go get
Can we
the.
hit the timing on this where general doesn't leave?
It's too late now.
Nah, I mean didn't even want it.
Yeah.
Huh? The stand there for 15 seconds and then time ad.
Is it game 4? It's game 5. It's game 5. Yeah. So almost the game 4 time ad.
Oh, when I say game 4, I mean your fourth spy game. That's actually
Uh,
an early time ad for me. Which I
And
mean
then the red.
it's set. This is game 3 for Martini. It's still like right around when time ads start happening.
fine.
Huh?
Blam. Yeah, I think bug paranoia was what was going on there.
It's Courtyard, guys. What bugs are you
Yeah,
phantoming?
yeah, it's bug paranoia. Well, I mean, wrestler can tell us, but I think that was bug paranoia.
Nope, that was
No,
inspect
I was
plus
wrong.
prints plus real BB. Into
He had both prints.
yes, he had a statue
Amazing.
print and a.
He just time added. In what world has a man just finished?
Well, we don't know about the time ad necessarily.
Yeah, but he should. Come on, wrestler, play the best play you ever played. No, the idea that we're if you see the time ad, it should change the way that you're considering the game. Where somebody who's done inspects and prints is never going to time ad. Like you don't want to necessarily let somebody get away with the idea that they could just time ad randomly. But it does really, if you do catch like the clock is slow and you know that it's happened recently, somebody who's just then completing like the 2 biggest soft tail missions,
Yeah.
that are like the fingerprints are the only way to do any 4 of 7 without doing a hardtail. Is interesting. Let's move on to what does some boots play on Courtyard in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I like
Uh,
90% of wrestler spy play in every game so far. It's just that then we like clank the statue trying to do a shark lock at the end or something. Like the play has been really strong throughout. It's just we can't finish so far.
we requested this drink for Toby to come across the whole map, but he was across the whole map, so there's no value to it. I did
I
kind of
like it.
like the spot there. The ambassador was actually going to walk by us a lot of the time, and we could have gotten a really stupid bug. Instead, here we're getting progress, 51%.
I like the pulling the Toby all the way across the map and then leaving before he gets there because that's just weird. That's like a weird thing. Why would a spy do that? Like that's just some of that weird idiosyncratic play that you should always be trying to mix into your spy play. Because it's
It's
like
just
a spy would have to put so much dumb effort into doing this stupid thing, but you
there
have
we
to.
go.
Nice.
Been waiting for this all
Yeah.
last cast. Gabriel and Sauerkraut, despite getting away with basically every bug they took, refused to take the ambassador walking in bug. Wrestler takes it, and it's a golden ticket, right? It's
Free
Courtyard, and you
real
have bug.
estate, baby. Hell yeah. All smooth sailing from here. Go do your inspects right now. Or better yet, do the banana bread
me timer
first and
flirt.
then do your inspects. Yeah, do whatever you want, but just do the inspects earlier rather than later. Is the main thing.
Wrestler gave us the classic angry shake left and right
Martini.
after missing the no, Wrestler's a spy after
Oh,
missing the green flirt, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much. The reason you get shot in this game will be something like going and putting your arm in the bush or whatever Martini considers to be a pathing tell, because I don't think we're gonna
statues.
get
I'm
shot for actual
willing him to
missions.
go to statues. Yes, exactly.
And a really
Perfect.
safe path too. Like if you
Yep.
can keep the paths nice and simple and short, it's going to be hard for Martini to find a reason to shoot you that isn't related to your actual bug or mission completion.
Red test. Should
Shouldn't
be
matter,
fine.
right?
Yeah.
Only two of them.
There we go.
If that laser
Knife.
is hovering, we already have bug. You can watch your
That. That was the very. Oh no, the path. The path was the very much. I don't want to look like I'm bugging. I don't want to look like I'm bugging. I don't want to look like I'm bugging path. What are we doing here? Just win. Go win. No, no. What are we doing? just, just
uh
do that. Do that with a DA in range.
reject here. Doesn't really matter if we have to do anything that isn't contact.
You are
We'd be a
playing with
bit sad.
fire. Playing with fire. Every second that goes by and you're not doing the banana bread, you are playing with fire.
I do like the first banana bread because it does make the second one uh better. But wrestlers playing like the bug
I
might have
kind of,
been noticed.
I kind of want
Oh,
him
come
now.
on.
Yeah, playing with fire. Warned you, but that's okay. Like the 6 seconds left. Banana. Well, I know
So
about 6 seconds. You
I
might
think
die.
this looks
We might
really
die now.
suspicious, but I think the first banana bread might save us. It's gonna make this one confusing. Then the overtime we got oh
No.
I wonder.
Oh, so
If we'd had
close.
the opportunity to banana bread earlier, do we get shot? Because we
I,
got lined up for the overtime shot, and to be fair, the last 30 seconds looked incredibly spy-like, but maybe they didn't
it
have
did,
to.
but only because we were trying to do banana bread, right? Like, if we just done it at some point earlier, like I don't think we get shot. Like, unless you're going to shoot him for the bug, you're not going to shoot him there.
Yeah, and with the bug, I mean, it's definitely something that could have been suspected. It wasn't like the laser was not able to see the area that the bug was in.
Yeah.
The wrestler playing it more conservatively than we, with full knowledge and hindsight, do. But it's a bit of a pity when you're watching this and you go, I know how you can win," and then they don't do it, and you're like, well, why weren't you listening? And
Yep.
it's because we're. I mean, if they're
Yep.
even if
They
this is
they
live and they're listening, that'd
they
be
were
called
in the
cheating. But
past. Yep.
okay,
Moving on.
Martini, and we're back to
Best
being near
character in
the
the game.
ambassador.
Yep.
Uh, the you think Kane's the best character? That's,
I love. So that's just personal bias, but I love Kane.
I mean, you have
I
to be
remember
biased doing it.
pre-nerf walking bug, which was the best thing in the game for spy, and I just like him. He's just stylish.
Oh yeah, Kane's great. I mean, same way. I don't think Alice is the best character in the game, but
Oh, the
Alice is.
style is through the roof,
Oh yeah,
though.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Martini, 3, 2, 1, planet. Yeah, drink in hand. Any dreams that Martini had of an early bug were immediately squanched.
We need something crazy. Like throw something aggressive, like just inspect swap in the first 20 seconds. Let's go. Do something
Did
nuts.
we? We might
No, we're gonna
die
time
here.
that
This
off the
could
top.
honestly be an immediate shot. We got highlight either
Low
for the
light, low
stutter
light, low
step or
light,
just being near the ambassador.
and then we time added.
Yeah, wrestler not willing to pop Martini immediately without any mission completion. This is about as good as it gets for flirt. With destruction target did come to us. The
Low
double
lights
pop.
Alice for taking a briefcase.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not looking great.
banana bread just happened, but
Yeah, banana bread just happened,
ah,
but
we've been neutral
low
it.
light, low light. Yeah, but look at the low lights.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah, we're dead. We're
Yeah,
dead. I'd be shocked if Martini won this game.
it's always interesting with these conversations about what you should do in these spots that are really rough, because the answer is
Well,
always.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know he's in like a really rough spot. Is the problem?
But like, even if you
I'm
did, right? Like, even if you like see the laser going about and just low lighting a bunch of people right after you
yeah.
did a time ad, instead of like just highlighting you, um, both options are terrible, right? Like your win rate's never gonna be particularly high, or like your expected value.
No.
Um, but I mean, the options you do have are really just very committal. It's either do absolutely nothing or do absolutely everything at the one moment the snipers decided to not watch you.
I mean, my
And
typical play in situations where I know I am busted in situations like this, like assuming like I sense that a bunch of lowlights came off after my timeout or whatever, like I am generally 80% of the time gonna commit to timing out and just hope either someone gets shot or use the game as an opportunity to prove to the sniper that I'm willing to time out. Plus, when you time out in a game like that, it sort of gets in the sniper's head a little bit like, oh, I know I was busted. I saw your lights, like, and that can cause the sniper to question whether you're reading them really well.
yeah, I mean, I think the other options like double difficult fingerprints, just like the sort of game that somebody might somehow drop, even if they're watching the whole time, just because they don't actually have a full understanding of what's going on in the game.
Yeah,
Like
although then you still have to do statues or your hard tell, and
yeah,
it's going to be hard to win. Martini saying in chat that he kind of knew, and I kind of believe that from the play. Like, it's been very slow, very like, whatever. You know, if I
oh
lose,
yeah,
do it to
I love
timeout. I
these
don't
sort of
care.
games. These are the sort of
Yeah,
games that I get to do, and then I find out that I already know who the spy is because my lowlights have become so casual where I'm like, oh, I just like everything that I'm doing is assuming that this is the spy, and then it's the spy, and I'm like, oh, well, I knew. But I don't really really consciously understand. Otherwise, I would have shot them, right? So,
yeah.
like that was a moment, but you can just see the lasers just hovering both us and Twin, and like even the ambassador coming in there is not really an opportunity, and Martini correctly concludes that. I- where's our double mission, like fingerprintable statue into die, or
Yeah, I guess. I think you just don't do anything and lose. I think that's the correct play. So that's silly to say, but like I don't know what else you can do here. Like if you want to win, I mean, really throw whatever you want here.
I
Yeah,
I
green
think the
purloin,
like
sure.
if Twin was the one who like you did a purloin and Twin was the one who also rejected, and like you really make
Bug,
it
bug,
an
bug, bug,
interesting
bug.
spot.
No,
But
you're not going to
I
get that
no,
briefcase. It's never going to happen. Yeah, you're
this is
dead.
funny though.
He
Whee!
realizes it and goes for the bug. I like it. Yeah, that was fine. That was fine. Like Martini busted early, but like had the good sense to know that he was busted. It looks like, and played a decent
And
game as a
and gave
result.
him 3 minutes to make a wrong shot, right?
Yeah, I think that was well played by Wrestler. Wrestler on top of everything, had the game under control the whole time. Martini knew he was beaten and knew when to fold him and make the best
Yeah.
play you can out of a
And
folded
made
hand, basically.
3.5 missions despite the heat. So
Yeah, yeah, very well played by both players, I would say.
okay, wrestler is playing us some rocker we haven't seen yet. In 3, 2, 1, playing it into 51% and run away. I I think OP gets the credit for at least popularizing it. I think
Flirt and Run. Flirt and Run's been
yeah,
around
I,
since the beginning of
it's
time.
been around, but players are doing it so often now.
That's a good play. It's a strong play. Like it's so efficient, right? Like you flirt, you get
Yep.
out. You reset that timer immediately, right? It makes great use of the time.
I think
And it's hard to see for the same reason that Time of Chaos anything is hard to see. Except it's flirt, so it's even harder to see.
yeah, when we talk about like the forming of like how people play competitive spy party, it's actually often comes down to the best players who happen to stream. And so we
Yeah.
saw a lot of players trying to emulate your play. Dowsy really comes to mind, and
Yeah.
Dowsy took a lot of his play from Yeesh. Uh, so a lot of players learned their etiquette from there. And now with just the open discourse that you have in Discord, players are just constantly learning the game at a rate that immediately makes any casual player look a bit silly.
Yeah. It is astonishing how strong a bronze level player is compared to SCL2 bronze level player. Where bronze at that point was basically one step above beginner.
I mean, Copper had players who all like me and Falcon Hit both made it to Diamond.
Yeah.
Like the players who were in these divisions are still players who've had tons of success, but at that time, like yeah. then we
Wee
go
woo
into
wee
the
woo.
tournaments.
Wart test purloin. We're gonna die.
Weed.
Yep, there we go. Worth a shot. It's Courtyard. Shoot your shot. I like it. I defend that play 100%.
Yeah, and I think the reason to take this purloin, by the way, is our seduction target, who we have been watching the whole game and is a highlight, did reject before us. If we get another green test here, I think Toby was actually due to just walk away from the whole conversation too.
Yeah.
So the payoff here for a green test is quite high.
Onward we go to the gallery.
Okay. Yeah. Cleto's saying in chat, stole it from Viri. Yeah, everything we've ever done is stolen from Viri. You're
I've
not wrong.
stolen nothing from Viri. That's not true.
Martini.
I did steal Twitch flirting from Viri. God, I miss Twitch flirting. It was such a cool mechanic.
Old school casters playing casting new school spy here in Martini in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Drink in
So for
hand.
those
I'm
of you
getting flattered.
who don't know what Twitch flirting is, the rules for flirting used to be as soon as you left the convo or window or whatever it was from your ST, the Twitch timer goes to zero. Or the flirt timer goes to zero. So there didn't used to be a timer. It used to be one of you had to leave, and then it immediately went to zero. So what you could do is you could walk up into a CC, for instance, with the seduction target, and you could land right on the edge of the CC, right? So you'd flirt. Then you just hit SW really fast, right? Like you'd back out of the circle and back into the circle immediately, and your timer would or not your timer, but your flirt would reset, and then you'd flirt again. And you could do that boom, 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 and be done 100% flirt in like 5 seconds. Now, obviously, if the sniper sees someone twitching and talking, then they're going to kill you. But basically, you could turn flirt into a very subtle hardtail and get it done immediately, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, completely broken and need to be fixed immediately, but really cool.
Yeah.
We have 2 half missions and a highlight. We have 51% flirt and the early inspect, but it wasn't like so early that we should have been considered as like a potential swapper. And we're in what I would call one of the bug spots. Master might come by us, though it's pretty hard. We're not actually that far back in the conversation.
Kind of want Alice
And
to jump in and then just inspect BB or flirt BB and then just do inspect swap with 2 minutes left and win.
I mean, what? First off, double agent's holding the briefcase. Good luck.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nothing we can do right now. But if we could get the BB, I think you do B. I would do BB and just inspect swap with 2 minutes left and dare him to shoot us.
Martini with the drink in hand has lost an opportunity, and we need to actually make sure that wrestler does see the drink, because we might get credited for bugs there anyway. Seduction targets back to us. That does not matter. We have flirt done and need to do 3 missions. Are we gonna do inspects early?
I don't know
No.
what we're gonna do. We're just playing so predictably with pacing, right? Like
Yep.
both players are just like oh, let's do a mission time. It like do something crazy. I want my inspect swap play. Like finish with 2 minutes. Put some pressure on the sniper. Like the sniper is just not under enough pressure in any of these games right now. Like the sniper's like, oh, there's no way they're done yet. I'm safe. Like, no, you're not safe. I could be inspect swapping and winning at any moment. You need to put the fear into the sniper. Right now, the snipers are not having any fear. Oh yeah, there you go.
But
Unfortunate zoom timing for wrestler. There is all that is. Oh, and the Amba walks back out. Oh, that's just brutal. Very well played by Martini.
it's gonna come down to the issue that Martini's had so much throughout this game. I think they've just been waiting for the double agent to settle, and it's not happened. They're gonna have 3 missions here. I don't imagine this is gonna be a swap. It's gonna be either Alice going to conversation and Martini having a pretty hard to shoot win, or Martini
Death.
panicking. It'd be
Yeah.
a purloin in the back, late microfilm. Sort
Helicopter
of.
microfilm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
Okay.
Alice. There we
Alice
go.
is
Now
in.
you move.
Now, second step. Can you get into that conversation
Now
without
you
getting shot?
move. Oh no,
Or
walking
hear
away.
me out.
No.
The conversation was
No.
completely full, but this is so
It doesn't matter. You walk out there
weird.
anyway. Yeah. Oh no. Don't do it. Oh, we did it. And now we
Yes.
die.
Yep.
That's a shame. That was a very winnable game. I hate
I
that play.
I get really sad when I see with like 2 minutes left people trying to stuff themselves into the front conversation. It is an incredibly common way for people to die. Uh, with 30 seconds left here, and you're choosing between doing that and a purloin, the purloin's optimistic. Even if you green test,
I
like
mean,
what's
yeah, like stuff yourself into the BB convo sucks, and we hate it. But white test purloin is even worse, and you hate it even more. I
yeah?
think
I mean, if
you
the
just you take the BB. That's just the higher percentage shot, right? Like they could both fail on you, but the purloin's way more likely.
yeah, the interesting thing here is it would have been a silent game, but you can't like force silent games. Silent games are something that you just need to be conscious of as really powerful, in the same way that you need to be conscious of difficult fingerprints or
Yeah.
the similar. Wrestler has chosen pearls on gallery. I wish you the best of luck, sir. In three, two, one, playing it. If you're gonna make this sort of choice, you need to be prepared to do things like force your flirts really quickly. You need to be doing the things that you should be really be doing anyways,
This fur is never going to work.
to a point that wrestlers like, well, he
Yeah.
can't go to another window padding. I mean, he could, but so maybe he'll come to this conversation.
And
And
now the big mistake is like, oh, I landed here. I need to spend time here. No, you do not. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. You're not going to do anything. You're burning very valuable time.
I mean, to be fair, Queen just to get high lit and or low lit in the front conversation, doing not much all. I think it was pathing related, but time at
Time man. I
one,
like it. Solid.
only one. I get interested with players who refuse to do more than one time ad. It
I
makes
mean, if you're
complete
doing
sense.
one, if you get away with one, you could probably have gotten away with two.
Yeah, like it makes sense to me. Like it's definitely something that is gonna result in you getting shot a proportion of the time. But and players
You know
play
what's cool?
play
90
afraid.
extra seconds.
Yeah, but then it's another 45 seconds. There is a diminishing returns. Like at some point, you don't need to be doing time ads to a point where there's 7 minutes. But
I like
the
that. I like
ambassador
that
was in danger,
path.
and
No, that was fine. That was great. That was an AI looking path. I liked it.
wrestler might be overconscious of the fact that he's playing Martini though. Like Martini's not going to low light for a simple stop too often, right?
Yeah. We have done nothing with our extra time. It's the main problem. Now we're going to do something. Long range
Wrestler,
flirt.
yeah. If inspired by Rocker,
Green.
there did the turn a little bit late for that to be the same path. I mean, we're still in the green portion of the time ad, um, but that is literally our first mission completion, 33% in the top left. This is gonna be ambassador and suspected double agent. If it wasn't the fact that that wasn't a spy, it would look incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Only two? Only two. We could
Don't
we
bug.
could
Yeah.
have probably gotten away with a time ad there, but the reason to not take that one was the ambassador was coming outside. You're much more likely to be zoomed out when the ambassador is in the front of the party or entering the front of the party. This is another nothing burger conversation, though.
Yep. We are doing a lot of nothing, but we have the time ads to justify it so far.
Meanwhile, seduction target is definitely trying to get shot by doing a lot of missions and gets a low light for it because Martini doesn't care. Against someone like Martini, and we've seen it before with like Urine, for example, is able to just take a bunch of low lights
That's true.
for pathing. The longer the game goes, it does get interesting in that like just more low lights are gonna happen. Um, there is a like slightly weaker effect of like civilian shots happening, or like
Oh,
you're
oh,
losing a bit of cover.
oh,
That's
yeah. Boom. You know what's great about that? Toby. That was great awareness from Wrestler. Toby in the perfect position to block that bug. And the sniper
yeah.
probably thinking they're safe because that bug would normally be super visible, so it's not the bug you're used to guarding. But Toby in perfect position to stop it. I think that's what happened there anyway. I wasn't in sniper cam, I was in spy cam, but looking at it, I was like, oh, that's a bug. You got to fire that because Toby's in perfect spot.
And we've just gone from having 0 missions to 2. We also snuck a flirt in. A minute 20 on the clock. This has been a very long game from the sniper side, and we need it to be because we're pearls for our spy. We still have 2 missions, and if we are not picking up a statue right now, we know what they're gonna be. Oh, come
Blam.
on,
Oh, what's that
boo!
for? Going to statues? There's no
Nothing.
way. There's no way Martini saw that bug, right? There's no way.
It's just pathing. It's always pathing.
I guess. What was that? The path looks good to me. What was the path? That just
You
shows
don't
you
play
why I'm a
any.
king. I don't. I don't know what's happening with. And I'm not hip with the kids.
Yeah, it's back to a place that you've never lost at. It's library.
Just hand wave and pathing. Just don't worry about it.
It's gotten dark here. This set's going long. I'm gonna go turn a light on here. You can count us in, Kaylee, and
Martini saying time ad suspected, which makes a lot more sense to me. All right, so we are here on library. Library, my second favorite venue in the game, not just because it has a bunch of prison reformers as the statues, but just because it is a venue where the sniper can see everything, but at the same time they can't see much, right? The sniper can see anywhere they want on library instantly. Like boom, you move your mouse, you're there. But your range is limited. You can only see 1/3 ish of the map at a time, and so it's all about mind games for the spy. It's all about knowing what the sniper is doing. It's all about getting into their head and knowing when they're the stealth game guard making the rounds. You got to know when they're turning that corner so you can sneak up behind them. That's really cool
free
gameplay for
purloin.
me. Yeah,
And
or
Toby's
do
running
whatever it
away.
is you're gonna do. Yep.
If we were not noticed rejecting, and the banana bread is giving us a bit of cover here, we were gonna die for the bug. But we had 4 missions done. That was a quick rush of missions. Um, Wrestler just ready to take the highlight for. I think actually that can't have been for the banana bread, right? Maybe like the quick reject on the list.
Yeah.
And because he's lingering there after
I
the banana
think
bread,
I'm
might have been for the
behind
bug.
you. Could you pause and what time are you at?
I think Pawn Noob has finished the library game.
Oh, when did you count in then?
There was no 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I hadn't started it yet.
Oh, you're still just talking?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
still just
Okay.
talking. I was just filling.
I'm sorry. I've been back for a bit. Let's get this started.
Okay, yeah, from the top. Spoiler alert.
3, 2, 1, planet. I apologize.
So good.
The things you were saying seemed relevant. We're general.
We are general. Wait,
Heads up, a lot of missions are
wait.
getting
I have
done
us. I
very
have
quick.
us as being Duke.
I'm in the wrong game. Give me a moment.
All right, let's pause at 4:30.
4:30.
4:30 even.
Yeah, 4:30
I'm on
even.
caster mode. Give me 50 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think?
I apologize, guys.
It's
As
all
soon as
good.
I went and said I need to go turn my light on, count me in, I went, wait a second, I just won't be here to start. But I seem to have
Yeah.
anyways.
Like you're the one who's got to count it in.
Let's get it started.
It's all
From
good.
4:30
So
in
from 4:30.
three,
Yep, we're good.
yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Convo circle right through it like a boss.
Yeah, we're Duke. Let's do this. 51%. We're getting so much mission progress. We're the best.
I remember the old days of casting back in my day when like the lead caster would have to stream it and then the color commentator would have to watch the stream of the lead caster. That
Oh,
was
awful.
horrifying. Yeah.
I mean, we've done things like casting from Discord. We have Flirt done, by the way. We have Purloin, Green, Toby's gonna walk away,
Bug,
Master's gonna
bug,
be near us.
bug.
Banana Bread's about to
BB
happen.
into bug 100%.
We're
Always
hitting a
going to work.
highlight into Bug, and
Oh
it will definitely
no.
work. There's no
Oh
way we're
no,
getting
wrestler
shot for this.
new. No, wrestler new. Look
Yeah,
at
okay,
that.
4.
Beautiful. Perfect. Well played by wrestler. I love the play from Martini. That's exactly what I want to see. Like put some pressure on the sniper. Wrestler guarding it extremely well to his credit, but I like the play.
Wrestler, was this like a double talk or something?
Yes, that was a double talk.
Okay. I was trying to figure out the reason for the highlight, and now that I've seen it twice, I got it. So Otherwise, I mean, lingering here for the banana bread is responsible. Like you definitely could have gone away and taken a few lowlights. But given that you're suspicious of Duke there with the highlight, I think Martini made the correct play, and because of the double talk, got a bullet for it. Hey,
On we
look,
go.
we're playing as general. How weird.
We are
How do we
playing
know
as
that?
general. We knew it
In three,
somehow in
two,
advance.
one, playing it.
Sniper Party has returned to us. Our only spy win so far is that civilian shot on Courtyard.
Yeah, and Martini has the slight lead. I think this is more or less what I alluded to, where Martini. Oh, it's a wrong arm. Interesting.
That was gross, and you're gonna die. Yep, there it is. Like, yeah, if Martini is watching that at all, you're dead. Or like Martini doesn't even have to be watching that. Like, if Martini has like perif on that, you're gonna die. That was just an unintentional, unfortunate wrong arm.
Well, good thing
Moving
I
on.
didn't spoil 2 games in a row. Yeah, let's play some more general in the future, but not do wrong arm bugs facing the arm to the camera. It's Redwoods and Martini. As I was saying, I think this is always going to be a close set, but Martini has taken the lead. Has definitely had the stronger resume as of recently, and this shouldn't be too surprising. But it's a close set, and we're getting into the thick of it. And especially with the way that Redwoods plays, it's incredibly thick. So in this case, it's trees.
Yep, a lot of trees.
Martini, Bling Twin in 3, 2, 1, planet.
So many trees. Hashtag bring back Pax build Redwoods.
I'm so sorry about that, by the way. It's me and
I
Nish's fault.
I was so happy with Pax build Redwoods. I thought it was the perfect amount of cover. It wasn't obnoxious, you know. It was enough to make a difference, but it wasn't obnoxious.
Yeah, so what
Now it's
happened?
obnoxious.
Me and Nish can explain this as much as we want. We were like, cool. It's not. Oh, yeah, green time ad. Do it twice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not bad.
hell yeah, Martini.
Double green
There
time.
you
You got
go.
2 greens. You're hitting. You're hot. You can hit 3. And he stops betting while he's got 5 minutes on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
clock. Whatever.
Two is fine. 3, you start to push it.
Yeah, but he hit 2 greens. He could probably hit a third one.
That wasn't one of those white. I thought
I
one of
think
them was
both are.
white.
I think both are.
Okay, fair enough.
But basically what happened is me and Yeesh were like, okay, there's this large gap here that like looks back towards this back conversation that Martini is in now with no mission completion to note except for the
Yeah.
time ends. And we're like, Checker, can you like move the trees about a bit so it doesn't feel like we're always just staring at this one spot? And Checker went, I'll do you one
Add
better. I'm
50
gonna add
trees.
add trees to all the spots that look half decent. And we go,
Alright.
no, that's not what we meant. Yeah, I'm down for hashtag vote for chainsaw.
Uh, yeah, that's the problem with Redwoods. Is like you're going to see a lot of shots like that on Redwoods. It's just you don't know what you haven't seen straight up. So yeah, take your
But
shot.
what's the mission count? Just you're
Yeah,
assuming
there's no way this is a shot for being done with missions, right? This has to be a hallucination.
it's a hallucination and the time is like really slow and has
Yeah.
been for a while. So maybe you're assuming that it was a bunch of like early Smallman time ads. Wrestler, you want to shine some light?
So basically, one second, I'll put it up on the screen. Smallman went statue from statue, literally hugged the ambassador as he went into a red bookcase. Did the inspects walked into a suspected double agent conversation, got a BB, and then immediately left. So presumably chasing for a flirt.
Did you notice the time ads?
Only after I shot. So no.
Ah.
Got it.
Yeah, I alluded to it earlier. If somebody does 2 time ads into Rush, you're playing me. Like that's literally just a thing that I do, but I've never seen anybody else do it because it's dumb and bad. Um, like if you see the time ads there, and obviously I mean, you're saying that you didn't. It makes the rush, especially from someone like Smallman, just feel super weird. Usually players when they notice weird things just kind of shut down and refuse to shoot anybody. Okay,
Lord knows
Wrestler.
I'm famous for doing that.
Yeah, it's really annoying because when you're trying to frame somebody and it's like such a good frame game that nobody gets shot.
No, denied. You didn't do hard tells. All right. Moving on, we got Wrestler as Spy as good old Wheels.
Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Planet.
Wheels
Wrestler.
surprisingly not one of the best characters in this map, just because he's kind of wide.
Yeah, so I think Wheels does pretty decently whenever his bug is not just like incredibly visible, because his
Mm.
bug is atrocious, but like you can avoid having that problem. Like this. If you just do a really weird bug where it's going to be behind the trees a lot of time,
Yep.
you avoid Wheels' weakness, and then everything else is just a soft strength. It's just Smallman without the heat.
Yep. Nice flirt. Easy win. Well, not an easy win. You still got to do something annoying. But you get a BB
So
at some point. You finish that flirt, and it's just a question of what mission you want to win with. We have a delegate, so we could always do that. Although
yeah,
it's
I
starting to
wouldn't
wind
mind
down.
just going and picking up one of the side statues. I don't think we necessarily want the heat of going to the bookcase immediately.
Not
We
delegate.
already have the
Mm,
highlight.
it's going to
Delegate
be
on.
close call if this goes off. Unfortunately, the line had dissipated by the time we got there. I think this will just work.
I'm interested if Wrestler was trying to
There it
send.
is.
Oh no, okay. I was interested if we were sending the seduction target to see if we could just like reset the flirt. Um, Instead we have 3 missions done. This is a game, honestly, that you can get away with a silent game, perhaps more often than you can get away with the the contact. The
I would
contact is going to
definitely just
trigger.
banana bread and try to win.
Yeah,
Like,
the
yeah.
contact is going to trigger a lot of shots. And specs are going to be pretty like trigger shooting if they're done in the last 30 seconds too. But
I
we might not.
definitely don't want to win with banana bread in the last like 40 seconds or so.
Yeah, it needs
Like
to
if it's
be
that if
like.
it's at that point I want to be a silent game. But like now I think you're perfectly fine to just do BB as soon as you get the opportunity.
I think what I'm trying to get at is I really would have liked going and picking up a side statue
Hmm.
just for the exact situation that's happening, which is the DA going
Yeah, give
quick
yourself
chase
more
the
outs.
statue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
looks like a
yeah,
path
yeah,
to
yeah.
our path though. Well, we
That's
don't need to
fine.
take it immediately.
This will be fine. Yeah, should be all right. Wrestler, barring a red test, should win the game. Honestly, has not the worst chance in the world, even with the red test.
Banana bread.
Yeah, and we're
Oh,
fine. Yeah,
green
no
test, sure.
shot, so we win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low lights are coming off. Good stuff, Rustler. And this is important, by the way. Martini had pulled away there for a bit. 8-5, now 8-6. And I believe we move on to Terrace. To note, by the way, and probably should have noted previously, that was our first match point. Martini still has the opportunity to win it here in the next 2 games. Otherwise, we're going into overtime.
Yep. Martini just needs to split Terrace for the win. Wrestler got to reel in a set here at some point.
And given that this game is in some senses free, I'm not too surprised we've hit the Smallman button. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Terrace is a very dangerous choice if you're trying to win as Spy.
Yeah, and it's not
Swap
like a
turned off.
choice, right? You don't know what the score is going to be when you
Yeah.
have it picked at your as your last mission, but the
Terrace, I would say, is a high volatility map. Like a lot comes down to the party in Terrace a lot of the
Mhm.
time. I
Yeah,
think it's a
we've
map you
talked
pick
about
if you want to get wins without, and if you're behind, right? Like if you think you're going to be behind at that point.
like the skill testing of like a library or aquarium where you have lots of options, or the gallery where players who are slow or not prepared end up dropping. I think Terrace is on the other side,
Yeah.
where a player who is playing worse or is considered the lesser player definitely still has a chance of going 2-0 on
Oh, for sure.
a baby set of Terrace.
It's definitely a map where anything can happen. Venue, venue where anything can
Venue,
happen.
venue, venue. Small one, small one, small one.
Yeah.
51% flirt. The ambassador's touching a lot of things. It's always good to see as a spy, either
Yep.
for AIs finding a way to get shot, or you just finishing prints. Flirt down,
Good old
cooldown's
timer flirt.
expired.
Yep.
85% probably changes our plan. Martini could have piled a bunch of quick fingerprints in, or just finish up a bug. Now
I think
we're
we're
not going to
hoping for
be.
behind the back bug.
I mean,
No,
if we
never
were
mind.
before it, that was the moment. I think we're very much going to get shot for it because Wrestler is in the perfect position to watch for both us and Orange. Sorry, this
Oh, come
should not
on.
pass.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we've got a lot of heat. Honestly, we should die for that probably, but
The little tell there, by the way, is we ran into the statue and turned our
yep.
shoulders sideways.
Yeah, a
Beyond,
lot of things
the
went
big
wrong
tell, which
there.
is the bug.
Yeah. Several problems with that path. Not dead yet though. It's about as much as you could hope for.
Yeah, with no contact done and that only being our first statue, we haven't really had that triggering moment. If we really are suspicious of that bug, the contact is pretty prohibitive. Maybe one of our options would be like purloining or being potentially sent by somebody who is also suspicious or highlight. But Martini's gonna have to really understand who that is and be fortunate enough that one of them goes to the bar in the last or next 30 seconds, for example.
Yeah, I think statues has to be the play here. Like, I think the silent game is
Oh,
probably your
but
better bet.
we get shot, right? Like,
Probably, yeah, I think you get shot no matter what with that bug path. But like, I think if I were in this situation, I'd probably hope that like inspects is something that flies under the radar a little better than banana bread, which alerts the sniper immediately. Like, oh right, I need to shoot Smallman, right? Like, whereas you hope that like he zones out a little bit and doesn't have the audio cues screaming into his ear, "Go shoot," because you heard banana bread. Whereas with inspecting, you're like,
we
oh
also
whoa,
do.
shit, Smallman at statues, right? There's a chance he doesn't notice that.
Banana bread.
Yeah. Oh, no
Ah,
shot.
this will be the set, by
Might
the
be
way, if we don't take the shot.
timing.
4 seconds.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. We're on top of it.
Yeah, wrestler
Just a
doing a bit
nice
of
patient
housekeeping
shot. Yeah.
and going, wait a
Just
second.
fine.
There you are, Smallman. And takes a shot.
Well done.
Well done, wrestler. That's 2 match points saved. Needs to do one more here
Counter
as Smallman.
Smallman. Yeah. The only
Uh, the,
response to Smallman is more Smallman.
yeah, it's like the bong cloud in chess, right? Like if your
Yep.
opponent's gonna play, you
One
got to
E2.
match it, right?
Yeah.
Wrestler for all the marbles with Smallman in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Surely an
AI control
unintentional
is bugged
highlight.
3 times. Yeah, 3 bugs there from the AI, but I think Martini had the right angle to know that that wasn't a bug.
So knowing what we know about Martini at this point, what's our game plan? Like if you put together your mission plan in advance, what are you going to do? Looks like we're going to start with seduction, always fine.
Our 4th
Bug.
bug.
No. That one we should have taken, I think.
We were talking; it would have been a weird cut, but
Would have been. But with
I'm
Smallman
not.
and we're in SCC, that's got
I'm not
it
disagreeing with
covered.
you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had no cover.
If we're not in their character, we don't. But because we're Smallman, you could have done that bug.
I would like to see soft progress, like go grab a drink, just to give yourself some sort of opportunity,
And
because
just go do
nothing
the
else is
flirt.
going on right
Yeah.
now.
I would do the flirt. Just go do it.
And
Bug number 5.
bug number 5.
Yeah, bug number 5. I like the talk here to say I'm not bugging. I'm Smallman.
Oh,
I'm
come
not
on,
bugging.
boo.
No. I mean, to be fair, we are Smallman in the Smallman spot, and we've been standing in the Smallman spot forever, right? So,
Irish
like,
has just grabbed a briefcase that was between our legs. It's full
yeah,
twister out here. And that's a green test, by the way, for 79%.
sure. Problem is, we're highlight for doing nothing. Poor
I,
guy.
I think I think we're the fourth highlight though, right? I think everybody else is actually doing things, and we
I'd be
might
worried
be a
about
Smallman highlight.
Smallman. Like that, there've been so many Smallman bugs. Like there have been a ton of Smallman bugs, and we haven't taken any of them, unfortunately. But like, we're probably you have to wonder if you should credit Smallman with a bug.
Yeah, Martini I think is not a natural Terrace player. Just based on there not being as many paths, uh the venue just has a shorter timer, so you just have
Mhm.
less opportunities to take random lowlights. And it's gonna come down if I mean we might be able to just camp it out if
Surely
Wrestler
this
puts
is
us
going to
over
be
the
the bug
spot.
right here. This
Bug
bug
number
that's
6.
coming up. Yeah, bug number 6 is the lucky bug.
I mean, if the ambassador's been near you so many times, are we really gonna be watching for the bug? Maybe not.
It's a
That
little tricky
conversation
for
looks
us. Okay,
so
now we're
juicy for contact.
might
Bug
not have been seen
number
doing the
2.5.
drink grab. No bug. We got a drink in hand. We're clean.
Yeah, I've seen people pull off stupid wrong arms these days.
BB
Double
delegate.
agent. Oh, BB sip or sip BB there would have been cute. That's
Banana
the
bread.
opposite.
BB delegate. BB shot on
Wow.
Irish.
That means we're going into overtime.
We are
Wrestler,
going
both
into
at,
overtime.
I mean, I have the literal TO here in Kaylee, so you know the overtime settings too, but I'll
I
let
do.
Wrestler explain it.
Uh,
What are we up for?
so of the unplayed venues, we picked one each. So I picked balcony, and Martini picked ballroom.
That
Interesting
makes
choices.
sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, Martini has been picking a bunch of maps that feel like maps drawn onward with like 7 years ago, just things that had old art. And Wrestler has picked what is probably the best place if you still feel like an underdog. You probably shouldn't. It's an 8-8. You've been matching game for game, and you actually have a lot of momentum with the last three going to Wrestler. It's gonna be Wrestler um as sniper, Martini as queen, and
Bug off purloin mode.
uh, you. This is Martini. This is Wrestler's pick. So you've baited out a purloin balcony game by picking it here. Fantastic stuff, Wrestler. Let's get it started in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. You've done this before, right, Kaylee? Purloin.
Purloin? Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
it occasionally. Yeah, not
Or maybe
usually.
you also tried out fingerprint at least.
Yeah, I've done it,
Once or
but
twice.
like I don't like it. It's not my favorite.
Yeah. Since
I generally prefer
since we have a
standard balcony.
If Wheels rejects here, this is one of the no. Okay.
No luck. So banana
We
bread
we almost
done.
had a 20-second reject chain into a banana bread game. We did not get the flirt done, by the way. Smallman was next to us, but they have now run away. When they come back, they probably should come into the conversation near us. Now, maybe not the case. With General filling the spot and there being other spaces.
Yeah, I wanted to, since we have the TO itself, how sudden death format works. If you could explain to us.
If Martini can't take this, it needs to be a green. This is
I'm
not going to be
purloin.
good enough. You're going to get
Surely
shot
not.
for the white fade,
No.
surely.
Yeah, come
Wrestler,
on.
good stuff. There was a reject before it, and it was from a highlight. There was definitely winning chances here because we weren't talking. We might not be the person who gets shot if we have a green chain, but it's balcony. You're gonna get shot from
I
the
like
purloin
do
every so
nothing
often.
better than I like that play. I think just sitting there and doing nothing and hoping for the wrong shot was the strat there. If you didn't want to do flirts.
Yeah. Uh. I mean, say it's a 50-50 for green versus white, and then it's another 50-50 if you get shot. Your winning chances are say 25%, which I think is lower than most other options you could have taken.
Yeah, I think
So,
that's reasonable.
maybe it gets different if the chain's longer, but interesting stuff. Wrestler here as the spy, playing Bling Twin with what
Plain
looks to
twin is
be
active.
chosen characters, perhaps. I don't see orange, sorry, so maybe not. But let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
And are we going to see a regular old game of balcony? I definitely want to see a regular old game of balcony here. Just get your flirt in relatively early, but not right away. You know, like just play some normal balcony and hope you win because it's such a good chance to win.
Banana bread.
Yep,
Yeah, as
clean,
computers get
awesome banana.
better and players get better, we do see more green tests. This will be the second one. 51% with the BB in
Yes,
pocket.
yes, a
We
dream.
are.
Wrestle on
Yeah,
track for the upset here. It just needs a green test. Timer flirt green test. You could timer flirt all the way here if you really wanted to.
and nobody's leaving. Like everybody's getting these timer flirt credits.
Yeah,
Everybody's getting their first
you're
flirt
there's
credits.
zero differentiation between you and an AI right now.
I'm interested to see what happens if we do the white test. We should still have enough time to timer flirt it again, for
Yeah, you could
example.
timer
Leave,
flirt
come
again.
back. 85% would not be bad. We lose it.
Do we chase is the question.
I think it's so likely that General comes into either the spots to our left or right. As long as they don't pick up this briefcase, and they shouldn't. Huh,
Oh
now we
no.
chase, surely.
General, what you doing?
That's not enough space. General will go to another window, I believe. Or,
Oh,
hear me out. Just do nothing. Just really hope
and
for
win.
the three, and then win. Welcome to
Nice.
balcony and sudden death with two people who, at least previously, didn't love balcony that much. Let's move on.
So,
Match.
wrestler on the upset train.
Yeah, this is match point for wrestler. We've had 3 so far for Martini. This will be the first of 2 for wrestler. And this is their first match point, so the pressure is on Martini. And unlike the time where they were in a winning position and felt comfortable taking small men, this might be the opposite. They're in a losing position, and they might have just chosen who might be their favorite spy. It's a lot of people's favorite spy in
Yeah.
general. Here, moving into Ballroom. Match point for wrestler 10-8. Let's get it started in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
So, if wrestler does not win, then we have to start worrying about the
Of a book.
missions rule. Yep, very nice. The
There's been
missions
so
rule
many good
is going
bugs
to come
that,
into effect here.
yeah.
So currently, I have 1 mission completed, while Martini has 2.
That is the benefit of throwing away the balcony game with the early shot, is that you have prevented more mission completions for the missions rule.
That's a ridiculous rule. I don't hate it. We had the bug. We do have a highlight. It was a bit delayed, and I think it was just for the statues. But Martini is in a really good position to pull this one back. The contact here would be pretty rough, actually. It would only be 2 real, and with 2 empty conversations, I think Martini's making the right choice in just ignoring the opportunity and walking away. One thing I think players don't consider enough, though, is the double agent in a conversation that they might stick in? If Boots wasn't there, maybe there's more incentive to just continue holding the DA in conversation until somebody comes in.
Yeah. Standing here for now, reasonable play.
It's not the best timer. Like, if we get another 30%, it just puts us at 60, and that really doesn't do anything for us.
Although now we didn't even get the 60. We just walked away. Just spent a lot of time on what could have been a timer flirt, doing nothing.
This will finish statues,
It will.
with now 2 missions being completed.
But high heat,
And
surely.
yeah, and we're general, right? Like, the scare for playing against general is that they might get a bug in the future. The question is, does wrestler already have understanding that Martini might already have the bug?
And you're going to start to feel the heat if you're a wrestler and you lose to a mission win here. There is a school of thought that says that maybe you shoot immediately, take a rando shot at the beginning of this, deny Martini the ability to complete any missions, and then basically force him to play a question mark out of 8 on Ballroom due to the missions rule.
You've now just proven to yourself why this shouldn't have been a rule, but it's fine.
Hey, look,
So
overtime has to end somewhere, man.
yeah, balcony, go. The conversation here, we're really hoping that Queen doesn't leave. If Queen leaves, this becomes a completely different issue. If the DA leaves, this becomes a completely different issue. But as it stands, we're in a really good position to finish these missions, and then it becomes Wrestler's job to shoot
Banana
us.
red.
3 missions done. Seduction target leaves.
Yeah. Big
We can
problem
meet
for
them, though.
wrestler
Wherever
now.
they're going, we can meet them. Book is actually kind of the best place because we know they're going to
Yeah.
be there for a while. It's Queen General to end the
Looking good. Oh, we're gonna
game.
flirt first. Yeah.
It's gonna make sure that we don't get any overtime. And I think actually, if we picked up the book, we would have missed it. Really good decision there from Martini to make the small etiquette break, breaking the microfilm with a red test for a bit of bad manners play. But I mean, you survived. You get to now prove to your opponent after basically taunting them that it was worth it. Wrestler now I think needs to get 4 missions, right? Like, just needs
yeah,
to win.
yeah, must. So if he wins, he wins because he took. Yeah, it's just straight up normal spy party at this point. Like if he gets shot, then he's guaranteed. I don't think the missions rule is gonna come into
If
effect
he gets
unless But
see
like
what's
the missions rule is
formation.
going to come into effect in that if he gets shot here, he loses. And
He gets
if he wins a spy, he wins. If he loses a spy, he loses the match. There's no
yeah,
the only way it could tie is if he completes 4 missions and then dies.
which is actually very common, right? Especially
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Ballroom.
yeah.
This is gonna incentivize early shots on things like late statues, both to like avoid them getting the inspect because they're while they're doing it pickup, and also to avoid things like quickly getting a swap as the fourth mission. So we
Although
might
you got
see
to
a
be
bit
careful
of
as Martini because a wrong shot just loses you the whole set instantly.
correct. So
Yeah.
I think we are gonna see a forced jumpier sniper from somebody who's been showing a lot of patience throughout most of the set and throughout most of their career. So wrestler as Alice, who's a good choice to get some missions done in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
The temptation to slow play here will be overwhelming though for wrestler. Just make slow progress. Get your save missions done
I'm an
and try
idiot.
to get
I
to
would have
4.
I would have done the banana bread bug there, and it would have been literally just me as the spy.
Oh
Really
dear.
hoping. The ideas I have in my mind are so silly. Instead, we have no mission completion here. Seduction target has not really settled in the conversation just yet. And while the ambassador's been nearby, we haven't really had a bugging opportunity, so no actual loss. Martini's taking the alternative angle. And
The alternative
Wrestler,
angle gets punished for it. Yeah.
yeah, Wrestler just acknowledging the fact that that was an angle that doesn't really protect that particular bug. The path is
And
obviously questionable, but good stuff from Wrestler.
now wrestler just needs to keep cool, do seduce, do banana bread, try to get the 4th mission out. Oh god, another bug path. But like get seduce and BB done safely. And then if you feel like it, even like do a crash mission like a swap or something, where like even if you get shot for it, you get to proceed in overtime. And if you don't get caught
Yeah,
doing it,
I was gonna
then
say if you do like
yeah.
mid statue swap, there's two options, right? You either get the green test
Yeah.
or you get the white test, and you might still be able to finish the 3 inspects.
You do
Um,
still have the time to do an ultra slow game where you just seduce BB and fingerprint or
yeah,
something too
there's a
as
lot of
well.
civilian shots are gonna happen given the format. So
Hmm.
Wrestler is not taking this quick flirt here at the window while he has the opportunity.
Don't like
Uh,
that. Get it done.
yeah, Cowboy's taking it though. Cowboy's a better boo. Mid statues here. Mid statues is interesting. So this kind of takes away
Risky.
the ability to do. Oh, it's fingerprintable too. Wow.
It's so risky though. Like get your safe missions done, right? Get your seduce, get your BB done. Like if you get any heat on this, it's arguably not worth it.
Okay, there comes
Yeah.
the highlight from alternative angle Martini, still hanging out on that far right side. Wrestler
Oh
getting
no.
absolutely left on red, to be honest,
Don't
by our
banana bread.
seduction target.
Whatever you do, do not banana bread. Do seduce first. Period.
If we banana bread, I would really love to see a white purloin on a fingerprintable drink be the way that this set ends. I don't think
Just
it
try to
will. Ambassador's
try to
better.
5 mission it for the win.
Yeah, just like you don't need to win the game. You just need to 5 mission.
You if you 5 mission it, you win the game. If you can get 5 mission done, it doesn't matter if you get
There's a
shot. That's true.
request. We
Yes.
have
Okay, good.
67%.
Good.
This
No,
is
no, don't purloin this. Whatever you do, do not purloin this.
a white test too. This could actually
He's
be
purloining it.
needs to shoot quickly or do the banana bread.
Oh,
Shot
wrestler,
comes off.
no.
Congratulations
No.
to Martini with what is probably like the closest a game could be because it's not actually a win or a loss.
Oh,
Shooting
1/3 flirt
here.
away from that set continuing. Yeah, just
No, it wouldn't
that 60
continue.
some
It
percent
wouldn't continue.
stabs me in the heart.
It wouldn't continue.
Wouldn't it?
No, because I
If
completed 5 missions and Martini completed 6.
Oh, on the balcony there were different mission counts.
Yes.
Then say that like
yeah, it was two.
talking about the
It was
cluster
2 to
thing.
1. Yeah,
Cool.
but
So
if we had, yeah, you're right. You're right.
so
But
wrestlers just
finish seduce.
playing to win then. Um, the
I bet
purloin here
seduce and
with
microfilm,
yeah,
or seduce and BB, surely.
or seduce and fingerprint. Purloin is
Or yeah,
like the third choice, right? Or no,
it's a
fourth choice.
choice.
So yeah, the set goes to
I just
Martini.
think you have to hit the green there. Yeah.
Uh, Martini is gonna continue on. This was our championship match, to remind. Wrestler, I mean, well played. Anytime that you're getting to overtime, and especially like that bug there was really pretty too. That just showed up on camera for me.
That was a
So
nice bug. I love that bug. Yeah.
it's so cognizant of where the laser is. Despite this being like an overtime map, and like you not really knowing necessarily that Martini's laser is gonna hang out on the stupid side of the party. Uh, so yeah, GG's well played all around. GG's to our first game to Sauerkraut and Gabriel. I want to just personally say, Kaylee, thank you for joining us. I know you had some issues. I hope everything's okay regarding your car and stuff too.
Yeah. So for everybody, I'm the reason we're late due to a car battery issue. Like we had to push back 20 minutes for me to Uber over, but
Yeah,
I'm here and we got it done. And thank you
I
everybody for being patient with me.
yeah. It's always good having you around, man. And to Wrestler also. Wrestler is EU. It is stupidly early in the morning. Uh,
And
we
Wrestler
have
has stepped up and taken care of SCL streams throughout here in Infinite Season. And it's a hard job. It's an extremely difficult pain in the ass job. And it's no one really loves to do it. And Wrestler has stepped up and gotten it done and made sure that the casts come out time after time. So mad props.
Wrestler. Do we know when the championship match is happening by chance?
Yes, I wanted to get into the announcement. So it will happen tomorrow on Sunday. It's gonna be Rob versus Ryu in the Diamond Casts. For anyone who's not in the know, and it's gonna be 6 p.m. UTC. So I think that's 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm not exactly sure.
UTC is
Eastern.
England.
Greenwich Mean
Yes.
Time.
Yeah.
Greenwich
Great.
Mean
Oh,
Time.
it's 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, it would be like 2 or 1.
It's
I
2
trust that
p.m.
you've just checked it.
Yeah, I
2
just
p.m.
checked it. Yep.
So 11 p.m. or sorry, 11 a.m. for Pacific, for anybody who's trying to do the math for us West Coasters. We'll see you guys there. It's going to be the championship match. If you're looking for high-level SpyParty, I mean, Rob is included. It's as high as it gets these days, so should be good fun. I've been Ponoob. This has been Crazy Killy and a wrestler
Yo,
with me, and thank you for joining us.
adios, gents.
Very well.